Hello, Luke, and welcome to Data Science Conference Europe 2022, held in Belgrade. It is a great honor to have you here. So, over the course of your career, you were the CTO at Samsung Electronics. You're the chief technologist at HP. You're currently the chief scientific officer in Renault, and you also directed Siri at Apple, alongside co-founding a number of different startups in Silicon Valley. So, to focus a bit more on your experience with Siri, how much would you say Siri as a sort of virtual assistant affected everyday life of the consumer?
I mean, today we had a dream, first of all, a long time ago, about Siri and the fact that we needed to create this thing in order to search the internet. It was back in the 90s, right, when there was no Google at the time. So we thought that Siri was going to be something that you use all the time for everything. The reality now that we see is that we saw when we released it in 2011 was that people are going to use Siri really the way they want, and it's going to be very different, according to the people. So they are going to use it for very specific tasks. Like, for instance, people are going to use Siri only to do SMS. Some others are going to use Siri only to call mom. And the others are going to be using Siri just to start to play music. So, and when they start to use Siri for a specific means, they kind of forget the rest, right? So this is very interesting to see that those patterns, it's being very specialized, and it's being their companion for a task that is going to ease the way to do it.
And talking about Siri and other voice assistants, and in general, you see these news that people are generating more and more data. And with generating data, you also have data protection. So when talking about data protection and protecting consumer data, what is, in your opinion, the key thing to understand with both the benefits and the problems that arise with this topic?
So first of all, there are a lot of misconceptions, about the recognizers in general. So being Siri, being Alexa, being Google Home or whatever. People are thinking, sometimes that it's listening all the time, and it's giving them after that a lot of ads that are related, to whatever they said, even though they didn't talk to it. So that's not true. First of all, we have to be very clear. It's listening all the time only for a keyword. And so when the keyword is pronounced, then the thing that is after that is going to be sent to ship in the cloud. And this data, we need to be careful about it, because this is the voice of the people that are very specific to whatever task they are asking to do. And usually, and it's written in the what is called
user agreement.
User agreement, EULA, it's called,
yeah.
And user agreement, license agreement. So anyway, so it's written in the EULA. And what is written is basically that it's been destroyed, after a while, and the while depends on the laws in the countries. So we need to follow the laws. Obviously, you need to be very careful, but we need also to educate people about how to use those things, and what they are really doing. And this is what is very, very important in terms of the data management, basically. I don't think that the large companies that are creating those systems, I don't think that they are going to put them at risk by not following the laws like GDPR in Europe or some other similar laws in the rest of the world.
Okay. Thank you for your insights. And to cap off, the title of your talk at the conference is "There's no such thing as artificial intelligence." So could you give a brief overview of what the talk entails?
So, the talk is really about what is artificial intelligence. It's not what I would call the Hollywood artificial intelligence that is, being talked about for the past 10 years. So it's really a bunch of tools. And if we want to put artificial intelligence in the bag, it's basically a toolbox with very different tools that are very specialized. And this is a bunch of artificial intelligences that we are dealing with that are better than us. Like any tool, a tool is better than us by definition, because otherwise it's not a tool. So what I'm trying to explain is that there are many, many, many artificial intelligences, and they are better than us for any task that we are using them for, but there is not an overarching artificial intelligence that would be better than us, for everything. That's just impossible.
Okay. Thank you for your insights, and once again, it's a pleasure to have you at the conference, and it's a pleasure to have you here in Belgrade. Thank you.
Thank you very much.